Well, good morning, friends. How's everybody out there in YouTube land, huh? Interesting piece of music to listen to this morning. Grand Funk Railroad. Yes, the old GFR. Grand Funk Railroad was a very popular band back in my youth. And with my predilection for sailing, which I enjoyed, my life, my pleasure in my life, my thing, my dream, is to sail. They wrote a song called "I'm Your Captain," and so that's what we're going to listen to. I'm your captain. I'm your captain. So yeah, I don't know. Let's get into it. Here we go. I hope you're listening to this with headphones on, because one of the things that's pretty cool at this is you get that it starts in your right ear, and then you get that bass riff coming in on your left ear. I don't know why, but I always found that to be really fun and cool. So here we go. Now they use a phaser to move it back and forth.
Everybody, listen to me and return me my ship. I'm your captain. I'm your captain. All right. Though I'm feeling mighty sick.
True words.
I've been lost now, days uncounted, and it's months since I've seen home. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Or am I all alone?
Beautiful picture there, huh?
If you return me to my home port, I will kiss you
end it right there because now it's segueing into a whole different song. I'm your captain. I love sailing, and I have a little experience, not much. You know, I don't know, probably got 9,000 miles under my keel, which doesn't sound like a lot for like driving a car, but you know, when you're out on a boat and you're on there by yourself, and you know, like I took a boat by myself from Lake Sandusky or Sandusky, Ohio, on Lake Erie, and took it all the way down to the Florida Keys by myself. That was a nice 7-month run. Played on my boat up in Seattle and Puget Sound and also up in Alaska, and had some fun with sailing. I'd like to do more. I learned at a young and tender age when I lived in New York on Long Island, and my girlfriend's parents had this little sunfisher that she and I would take out on the bay, and well, I can't talk about what we did out there in public, but yeah, great experience, and it set me on a course to love being out on the water. But I want to just take a minute. Watching this reminded me of an event that happened to me sailing a catamaran off the south shore of Tortola, actually south of like Norman Island in that area. There's a ridge out there and a hump that's great for fishing. Usually you can pick up some wahoo out there. So we were out trolling and off the south shore of the British Virgin Islands. And I'm in 400 feet of water, well away from land. There's a shelf and then it drops off. I was right on the edge of that, about 400 feet of water. And all of a sudden my depth gauge is going 100. 90, 80, 70, 60. I thought, what the hell? I'm going to run aground. So I let go the lines, dropped the sails, right, you know, crashing them down onto the deck, pulled the throttles back. You know, I think we had the engines running. I pulled the throttles back too, because I usually motor sail while fishing. And it went up all the way up to like 10 and then dropped to 400 again. And I'm looking in the water, and there's like no evidence that there's any kind of a hump or anything there, not anything that shallow. And then all of a sudden, a few seconds later, right in front of my right bow, this whale going the opposite direction that I'm heading comes up out of the water, and you know, I see that great big eye looking at me. And I mean, it's just 20, 30 feet to my side, you know, just that close. And she came up and then went down. And I was just like, holy crap, you know, it scared the hell out of me. Of course, I had to immediately, you know, go down below and reel in the lines and stuff, the fishing lines that we had out. And then raise the sails back up till we could get going again. But just amazing, one of those amazing once in a lifetime events that, you know, you're only going to experience something like that if you get out there in the ocean and see it, you know, and try it and do it. So if you've never been sailing, and I don't mean like, you know, on the USS Junk Boat cruise ship, I mean really sailing, you know, in a 40, 30 foot sailboat, whether it's a monohull or a catamaran or what have you, doesn't matter. But get out there and be out in the elements doing that, and it's a whole different thing. So anyhow, Grand Funk Railroad, I'm your captain. Great song. I always loved listening to this. Again, my passion, but that's just the way it is. So hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give us a thumbs up, like and subscribe, ring the bell so you get notifications. And I'll try to keep my stories to a minimum, I promise, okay? All right, thanks, friends. Thanks for listening.